Hello, friend. It's time to listen, relax, and settle down, ready for a good night's sleep. My name is Stephanie, and it is indeed my pleasure to be the voice that sends you to sleep tonight. It's my intention that the 3 beautiful and enchanting stories bring you to a place of comfort and peace, and that you awake in the morning feeling refreshed, invigorated, and rejuvenated. As you slowly and gently begin to relax, let's begin with the first enchanting tale, The Moonlit Garden. Deep in the heart of a tranquil countryside, where the night sky has a vast canvas adorned with a shimmering blanket of stars, there existed a cosy cottage with a beautiful garden. Tucked away from the hustle and bustle of the world, this garden was a haven of serenity, where the gentle rustle of leaves, the heady scent of lavender, and the soothing hum of insects filled the air with a harmonious symphony of unity and oneness. Here lived an elderly woman named Eden, whose gentle spirit and warm heart made her beloved by all who knew her. She joyously tended to her colourful garden with care, nurturing the myriad of flowers and plants that thrived under her loving touch. One evening, the cottage walls bathed in the soft glow of moonlight that filtered through the trees. Eden sat on her patio beneath the stars that twinkled like diamonds in the sky. A gentle breeze carried with it a faint melody, a song so sweet and soothing that it seemed to wrap around her like a warm embrace. Entranced by the delightful melody, Eden closed her eyes and let the music wash over her, transporting her to a world of blissful peace. As the melody faded into the night, Eden opened her eyes to find herself standing at the edge of a pond, bathed in the ethereal light of the moon. Floating gracefully upon the surface of the pond was a lily pad, upon which sat a tiny creature, a firefly, his abdomen aglow with a soft golden light. Enchanted by the beauty of the scene before her, Eden moved closer to the edge of the pond, her heart filled with wonder. The firefly turned to her with a twinkle in its eye, as if inviting her to join in its dance. Without hesitation, Eden dipped her toes in the cool water, feeling the gentle ripples caress her skin like a lover's touch. Together, Eden and the firefly danced beneath the moonlit sky, their movements fluid and graceful as they wove through a magical moonlit garden in a mesmerizing display of light and shadow. They twirled, they spun, their laughter mingling with the rustle of the leaves and the soft murmurings of the night. As the hours passed and the sky grew brighter with the approach of dawn, Eden experienced a deep peace and feeling of contentment wash over her, a feeling of harmony with the world around her. In that moment, she knew she had found her place in the universe, a place of incredible beauty and immense tranquility, where she could truly be at one with nature. With a grateful heart, Eden bid farewell to her newfound friend, the firefly, as it disappeared into the darkness, its warm light fading with the rising sun. She found herself back in her own beautiful garden, and she knew she would always have the memory of the magical night just past, a memory that would forever fill her dreams with joy and wonder. Back in her cosy thatched cottage, Eden climbed the steep stairs and settled into bed, beneath the comforting weight of her quilted blanket. Her tired, heavy eyes closed on a satisfied sigh, and she let the memories of the magical moonlit garden wash over her like a gentle tide. And as sleep claimed her, she knew that she would return to that enchanted garden again and again, a refuge from the cares of the world, where there was peace and serenity in abundance. And in that moment, just before she drifted off into slumber, Eden felt immense gratitude fill her soul. Gratitude for the beauty of the world around her, and for the precious moments of magic that made life truly worth living. And in her dreams, Eden wandered once more through the magical moonlit garden, her heart light and her spirit free. And she danced beneath the stars with her newfound friend, the firefly, joyfully, freely, utterly entranced. Eden and the Fawn. In the heart of a vast and ancient forest, where the tree branches reached heavenward like outstretched arms, and the melodies of unseen birds filled the air with enchantment, there stood a humble cottage, nestled amidst a grove of towering trees. This was the home of Eden, a man of gentle spirit and boundless wisdom, whose days were spent in quiet communion with the wonders of the natural world. Ivan was no stranger to solitude, for he had chosen a life of seclusion in the depths of the forest, finding solace in the whispering winds and the gentle murmur of the nearby stream. He was a man of simple pleasures, content to spend his days tending to his herb and vegetable gardens, and his evenings lost in the pages of ancient tomes, their words a gateway to realms of imagination and wonder. Yet, despite his solitude, Ivan was never truly alone, for he shared his days with the myriad of creatures that called the forest home. He would often wander through the woods, his footsteps soft against the moss-covered ground, his senses alive to the energy of life that pulsed around him. One crisp autumn evening, as Ivan sat outside his garden shed, wrapped warmly in a woolen shawl, he heard a soft rustling coming from the underbrush nearby. Peering into the gathering darkness, he spotted a tiny animal struggling to free itself from a tangle of thorns. With a soothing voice and a tender touch, Ivan carefully untangled the animal, a young fawn, its fur matted and its eyes wide with fear. As he cradled the trembling animal in his arms, he felt a surge of compassion come over him, and a deep connection to the fragile life he held in his arms. From that moment on, the fawn became Ivan's constant companion. They roamed the forest together, their footsteps soft against the forest floor, as they explored every hidden glen and secret clearing. Ivan's laughter and joy of the young fawn mingling with the rustling leaves and gentle sigh of the wind. As the days turned into weeks, Ivan watched with wonder as the fawn grew stronger and stronger, and more confident, its once timid steps now bold and sure. They shed moments of quiet understanding beneath the star-strewn sky, their hearts beating in unison with the pulse of the forest. Ivan delighted in the fawn, but a time came when he knew the fawn should return to the wild. With a heavy heart he watched his friend and constant companion into the depths of the woods. Ivan felt a pang of sadness mingle with a deep sense of gratitude that filled his soul. For though their time together had been brief, it had been filled with moments of pure magic and a deep, deep connection. And so, with a whispered prayer on his lips, Ivan turned and made his way to the hammock strung beneath the trees, the memories of his time with the fawn tucked safely within his heart. As he settled into the hammock, the late afternoon sun warming his skin, Ivan knew that the bond he shared with the young fawn would endure forever, that the enduring power of love and friendship was able to fill the world with magic and wonder. And as sleep began to wrap its comforting arms around him, his heart filled with the timeless beauty of the natural world, he let the gentle rhythm of the forest lull him into a peaceful slumber. Ivan dreamed of glades and glens, of trickling streams, and the soft rustle of leaves on a gentle breeze, and the beautiful brown eyes of his friend, the fawn. The Whispering Willow, a tale of enchantment. In the heart of a vast and ancient forest, where the centuries-old trees stood tall and proud, their branches like outstretched hands reaching towards the heavens, there, nestled in a small tranquil clearing, was a small village known as Havenwood. At the centre of the village stood a tree unlike any other, a tree of such beauty and mystery, its branches cascading to the ground like flowing rivers of green, its elegantly bent branches providing cover and safety for the villagers and forest animals. It seemed to hold the secrets of the universe within its ancient branches. The villagers of Havenwood called this tree the Whispering Willow, so named for the soft rustle of its leaves and the gentle whispers that seemed to emanate from its very core. Legend had it that the tree was blessed with a magic all of its own, a magic that could heal the heart and soothe the soul of any who sought its shelter. Among the villagers of Havenwood was a young woman named Elara. She had grown up spending her days wandering the forest paths, sitting near the warming glow of the village campfire, listening to the legends of old, told by the elders of the village, and always the whispering willows seemed to gaze into the flames, as if remembering legends of old itself. One moonlight evening, as Elara reclined against the trunk of the whispering willow, gazing at the moon through its gentle cover, she heard a voice unlike any she had ever heard before. It was a voice filled with sorrow and longing, a voice that seemed to beckon her into the depths of the forest. Intrigued, Elara followed the sound of the voice, her footsteps guided by an unseen force. Deeper and deeper into the forest she ventured, until, at last, she came upon a clearing bathed in moonlight where a figure stood beneath the shadow of a majestic ancient oak. The figure was that of a young man, his features obscured in the shadows. Without a word, Elara approached him, drawn by an inexplicable sense of kinship that seemed to bind their souls together. As she neared him, she saw his eyes filled with a sadness that mirrored her own. As they stood together beneath the clear, moonlit sky, the young man revealed his name to be 𝐸𝐸𝐸, a traveller from a distant land who had been cursed to wander the ancient forest for all eternity. His voice, he explained, was but a faint echo of his former self, trapped within the confines of the ancient forest. Elara vowed to him that she would seek out the source of the enchantment that bound him to the forest and free him from the curse. Each day, Elara sought the advice of the Whispering Willow, delving deeper into its mysteries, seeking answers amidst the whispers of the wind and the rustling of the leaves. As the seasons turned from spring through summer and into autumn, and the days grew shorter, Elara's quest led her to the heart of the forest, a place of darkness and shadows, where the ancient magic of the land lay dormant, waiting to be awakened. There, hidden beneath the roots of a large, gnarled tree, she discovered a crystal orb, pulsating with a soft, ethereal light. Elara gasped as rainbow colours danced over the branches of trees in the darkness of the deep forest. She reached out and touched the orb with a sense of anticipation. In that moment, a wave of energy surged through her, filling her with a power unlike anything she had ever known. Intuitively, she knew exactly what to do, and with a feeling of triumph, Elara threw down the orb, shattering it and releasing the ancient magic that had bound 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 to the forest for so long. As the light of dawn broke over the horizon, painting the sky with strokes of pink and orange, Elara and 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 stood together, hand in hand, beneath the Whispering Willow, their souls entwined in a bond that transcended time and space. As the villagers of Havenwood gathered to hear Elara and 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸's miraculous story, they knew that the legend of the Whispering Willow would live on for generations to come, testament to the enduring power of love and magic that dwells within us all. In the years that followed, Elara and 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 remained guardians of the ancient forest, their love for each other and the natural world guiding them in their caretaking. And even though sometimes their responsibilities took them far away from the tranquil little village of Havenwood, they always returned to the Whispering Willow, a symbol of freedom and renewal. And so the Whispering Willow stood as a beacon of light in the heart of the forest village, its rustling leaves whispering secrets to all who would listen. And as the seasons turned and the years passed, the legend of the Whispering Willow lives on, a timeless reminder of our magic within.